So welcome to another edition of Nobody's Noda. I'm Leonard, aka Mr. Nobody, and today's recipe, we're going to be making a rose bouquet tart. This recipe is from one of my culinary heroes, I guess you could say. It's Alain Passard. In '86, he started his French restaurant, La Pergie. In 1996, the couple did 3 Michelin stars, but in the early 2000s, he decided that he couldn't do anything more with meat, so he didn't take quite meat off the menu, but he featured fruits, vegetables, herbs, and fish. So this recipe is one of his. He has his own orchards, which is very convenient. Today I'm working with Pink Lady apples from beautiful British Columbia. But let's get started with the dough. With the dough, we're going to start with 250 grams of unsalted butter, 60 grams of ground pecans, a half a cup of icing sugar, and a cup and a half of all-purpose flour. I'm going to mix it up, and then I'll join you again after I roll it out, and then we'll start. Okay? I'll see you then. Okay, we're back. As you can see, for my dough to come together, I had to add about 2 tablespoons of ice water, and that's fine. So initially, I rolled it out between 2 sheets of plastic wrap, and then I put it on a well-floured surface, and I continue to roll it out using a rolling pin. What I have here is an 11-inch pan with a movable bottom. So I'm going to Okay, so we haven't. Okay. Okay. Wait. Okay. Okay, so here we have it. I'm going to put it in the oven for 350 for 20 minutes. In the meantime, let's make the custard, okay? I'll see you over there by the stovetop. Here we go. I've got my 100 milliliters of milk. I've got my 2 tablespoons of icing sugar. And I've got my 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. So I'm going to put this under high heat, and I'm going to start whisking away. The main thing here is to make sure that you have no lumps because the last thing you want is a lumpy custard. And after this is done, we're add about a teaspoon of pure vanilla extract and 100 milliliters of heavy cream. So we'll do that towards the end. So we're going to keep whipping, whip it good, and join me when the... Okay, we're back, and our beautiful tart is baked. It's a nice golden hue to it. We can see here that the custard has a beautiful velvety consistency, and it's going in very shortly. The first thing we need to do, though, I took a quarter cup of apricot jam and put it in about a tablespoon of water, and I heated it up. And this works as a glaze for the bottom before we can put on the custard. So this just goes all over the bottom, and the custard goes in, and then comes a really interesting part, which I'll introduce to you. So, as you know, if you try to bake apples with the skin on, they turn brown and it just is very unattractive. So we're not going to be baking them. We're going to be taking a mandolin, and we're going to be making some slices. Now, normally, if you take sliced apples and try to make them into the shape of a rose, it won't work. So we're going to be taking orange juice and warm butter, and the acid and the warm butter is going to make it pliable. So that's the next step. So now that that's done, we can add the custard. Oh, that's beautiful. Just going to grab a spatula. Okay, as you can see, we have our custard-filled tart pan. Now join me for the next step. I'll be back in a minute with the apples, the mandolin, the warm butter, and the orange juice. And then we'll get the show on the road, so to speak, okay? I'll see you soon. Okay, we're back, and you can see here that I've cored my apples and I've cut them in half. So we'll save these for a bit later. Right now I'm going to be adding my about 5 ounces of melted butter. I've got about 6 ounces of orange juice here, provides the acid, and about half a cup of just normal sugar. So, let's give it a stir. Okay. So we have our mandolin, and you can adjust the settings as you see fit. I have my apple slices. I have the thing that holds the apples on the mandolin. Sorry. So you can see how it's going inside the mixture. I'm going to mix that up in a minute. I have to adjust the blade angle. So yeah, you don't want it too fine or it just won't cut. Okay, so join me when this is all done, and then I'll start adding it to the tart, okay? Okay, so let's get started. We have our apples with the butter, sugar, and orange juice mixture. It's been sitting for about 10 minutes. We have our tart, which is cooled down. So, what am I doing here? I'm taking a couple of apple slices and putting them around, forming like a rose, and put it inside. So I'll be doing this for a while, and when it's done, why don't you join me then, and I'll show you the finished product, okay? But let me just do a couple of more. So yeah, this is the process. It's, you basically are, that's it, putting inside. It's going to form this like a rose type environment. If you get ones that are a little too big or a little too, just put a smaller one on the inside. That's fine. That's it. That's it. So I'll keep doing this, and then join me when it's all done. And we'll go from there, okay? Thanks. So here we have it. Oh, this is a gorgeous dessert. And yes, it takes a bit of time to work with the apples to make them pliable, but it's worth it. You'll find that it's not too sweet, because you'll find that the acidity that's naturally occurring in the apples themselves cuts out the sweetness of the custard. So enjoy. Next time I think we're going to do, I hope to be able to get some Northern Spies. Northern Spies is the finest apple for making apple pies. What I want to teach you next is how to make the quintessential Northern, the apple pie. And then I want to teach you how to do things like how to work with various gourds, like pumpkins and squashes and things that happen in the wintertime. So even if you're like me in Canada, where nothing grows past the first frost in October, you can still have some great things to eat. Okay, so I'll see you soon. Enjoy. This is Leonard, aka Mr. Nobody from Nobody's Nona, and I'll see you then.